go. We are done with Vanilla WoW. We were heading to the expansion.
Through the portal.
Hold your breath.
Oh, that's so weird.
Did you hear that Blizzard is now coming out with what they call it, World of Warcraft Traveler?
No.
Which is a series of young, what they call young adult novels, i.e. Harry Potter and the World of Warcraft.
Of course.
More or less.
Oh, really? Huh.
Yeah.
Well, they call it the Traveler. It's basically this kid who's apparently some sort of artist gets trapped on one side of the world, and it's basically him making his way back.
Yep.
Okay, well, I'm going to leave everything as is, and I'll go out and try and do stuff and see if I can even do anything out here, if it's going to totally not understand how any of the numbers are supposed to be working.
So are we going to have to at some point get stomped on by a Fell Reaver?
Do we have
Yeah.
to? All right.
The reason I asked that because I can see one up ahead, and I was like, oh, hello, Fell Reaver, and your horrifying screech.
Yeah, nothing worse. I mean, basically, the Fell Reaver's right there. You can see it on my screen. It's a very big robot that just kind of walks from one place to another. Mm-hmm. But nothing like questing in this area, and suddenly he just shows up and like steps on you.
Because you don't even know he's coming. All of a sudden you see this, and then stomp, and then you're done. I can remember getting to max level and coming and beating these guys up just because. It's like, how's it feel?
Yeah, no, I believe it. No, I believe it.
Ugh. Back when you had to get attunements and all that stuff, kids these days have it so easy.
Yeah. Well, back a while ago, the Paladin and Warlock actually had to.
The class quests.
The class quests, but the mounts. They actually had specialty mounts,
which they still have, but now you just get it as part of your training.
Right.
Lame. I'm happy to say, though, that my Warlock and my Paladin both got theirs through the quests.
Nice. My first Paladin did, but then I erased him.
Well, that was silly.
Yeah. He's level 90 now or something.
There you go. Your second one?
I thought you just said you erased him.
I did, but I made a new one.
Oh.
And when I say level 90, I cheated and made him level 90 through a...
Wow. It's just...
Well,
super disappointing, Fear. Come on.
Oh, come on.
Super disappointing.
Advisor to Thrall. Thrall's not even in charge anymore!
Boo.
Beef with Sergeant Shatterskull. I love horde names. At the supply caravan just outside Thrallmar.
Are we going to get this guy too?
Indeed. Well, let's see what this quest is. Yep. Oh god, this was the first quest that got... This is one of the quests that got you, like, the better weapons.
Good.
Like, these are the quests where, like, all that hard work you'd done in Vanilla WoW went all out the window.
Made nothing. Yeah, look, I got my Gutbuster rifle now turns into an Iron Star repeater crossbow.
Ooh, crossbows.
Yeah. I'll be transmogging that sucker.
Boo. Alright, so we need to find the innkeeper, because that would suck their hearth back too.
Oh yeah. Wow, there's a lot of people here. There's always more people like leveling than I think there should be.
Yes. There are many.
For all the talk of WoW is like disappearing and WoW's not as popular as it used to be. I'm like, I don't know about that.
Well, it's not as popular as it used to be.
Hey, look at that! Look at what he just said. Any DPS want to make a dungeon find a group? He did a looking for group. Oh, isn't that just the sweetest thing?
Yep.
Well, that doesn't sound condescending at all, Fear.
Well, again, back in the day, oh my god, it's so beautiful to see again. Basically, there was no group finder. You basically had a chat channel. You just started yelling about, I want to do this. This is what I can do. Please pick me.
Oh my god.
And if you were DPS, forget it.
Yeah. But it worked. You know, people were just like, okay, we're doing this dungeon. Or this dungeon. And we need this, this, and this. Please respond. And people did. It worked.
No hunters.
Yeah.
Or no more hunters. We've got enough and all that.
Or no more hunters. We have 3 of them.
Is that a pretty popular class then in the game?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a very popular one. Basically, it's hunters, and it's just... any DPS is really pretty popular, but... Hunters come with pets.
No,
which
this
usually...
one is it. Well, the equivalent on because that Staff of the Twin Worlds is the one that I got on my main, and it's not only does it have the graphics of the Staff of Jordan that I never got, but it also
You never got one of those? I actually got one of those.
Did you? That's awesome.
Yeah.
It also the stat increase was ridiculous. Like, okay, even this one, frickin' A, it's got 87 spell power on it. I haven't gotten anything with spell power on it yet at all in the game.
Well, again, we just barely got here, so let's
hurry up because I want the staff.
Find some stuff. I'm ready. What are we doing?
Whichever one gives me the. So we're doing the Feldspark Ravine because I want that staff.
Let's go.
All right, so this is one basically the same thing. We know what these are. We've done these before. It's just different side.
Oh, look.
This is one where you got to kill all the demons.
Oh yeah.
Again,
like
we've done these. This is now just doing this for the horde. For the horde.
Die.
I'm glad you emphasized that D that time because it sort of sounded like you said something else, and I was like,
well, that goes without saying. I mean, let's be honest.
We are male, so
they're
that
hardworking.
was pretty blatant of him.
I'll say they're hardworking people. I would not disparage them.
Yeah.
Excellent.
No.
Okay, just as long as we're all.
Got him. Basically, we'll just go back to that.
Yeah.
All right, you little fuckers, get the prick.
That's language.
Well, that was Lewis Blackline.
Lewis Black.
When he's talking about Clinton, it's like no one really wanted him like impeached, but everybody wanted punished in some reason. So that's when we turned to the Republicans and pointed to him and go, get him. Then they took their rifle, turned them around, and shot them in themselves in the head.
Yay, another weave cloth. Well, the reason I'm excited about that is eventually it makes bags. Not that I'm going to be doing a lot of tailoring in this.
I love crafting so much.
Yeah. I'd like crafting more if it was more useful.
Oh, it's useful. It's fun. It's relaxing.
You and I relax totally differently.
Yes, we do.
Like, I'm going to click this button. You're like, I'm going to click this button 87,000 times in a row. And I'm like,
well, sometimes it resorts to that. Let's see here. There's another Infernal Warbringer over here.
At some point, there he is.
We have to go.
There he is.
You see the guy?
Get him. There we go.
Well, how am I supposed to get in there?
The door?
Oh no, I see how it is. I really do appreciate the mapping system that they have. Most of the time you can kind of figure out where you need to go. There is still one place on this map, though, that I cannot get. I cannot get to an item that you need to pick up. I'm going to probably eventually have to look it up online because it is honestly just ridiculous how I cannot seem to locate the entrance to this building.
And sexy staff time. Oh, there it is.
I don't use any of these.
I do. Yay.
No, mine was actually the Bone Chewer Blood was the one that I wanted. Let's see here. Anything worth? Let me double check. Nope, all staffs and swords. So none of these are for me. So I will pick
the one that sells for most.
This one. Yes.
All right.
All right. So yeah, the next one I want to do is the Bone Chewer Blood.
Okay. Well, we can actually do that one alongside doing the salvage metal and wood.
Okay. Well, I only say I want to do it because that's the one I'm going to get the crossbow. Yep. So I'll get my improved weapon. Yep. Yeah, and there's Xavier with a Staff of Jordan.
Yay! Effectively.
Yep, basically.
I can remember the first time I saw it, like, oh my god, look at that thing! Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I was both very happy and not impressed at the same time.
Do you remember, this is way back, this is when we really first started playing. Because what happened is we played for like a few months and then stopped for like 6 months. But when we first started playing, we're going through Dead Mines. And some guy was like, okay, I don't want anybody rolling, if the Staff of whatever, I think actually Staff of Jordan, I think, drops, I don't want anybody else rolling on it. Or else we're not going to go. And he was like a healer or something, I don't know what he was. But I'm just like, I was like, why would you say that?
What does that
It was
mean?
so confusing. Basically, he wanted to make sure that if the item dropped that he wanted, nobody else could even think about getting it. He wanted it. If it dropped, it was his.
Basically, he was, or he was going to just like, or he wasn't. Basically, everybody had to promise, or he wasn't going to do the run.
Right. In the end, we said no, and he left, and we got someone else and did it anyway. But it was so shocking. We were both like, "What?
Is he serious?" Like,
yeah.
Well, that's why it feels like that's kind of. I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
it seems a very, very specific kind of request to make.
No, it is. And that's just it. I mean, you're just like, why would you think we would even think about allowing that? But then this was like the beginning of the whole MMO deal.
MMO. I mean, Ultima Online and stuff. But there have been others that have been around.
Well, yeah, that's true.
So, I mean, the guy knew what he wanted, and he was trying to basically power play his position. And unfortunately, we called this bluff, and as much as bluff, we said, yeah, too bad.
Yeah, basically.
So.
So where are the? Oh, wait, we're still just.
Yeah, we're just getting wood and metal.
Wood.
I'm glad you did that because I was going to, and I'm like, no. I take the high road, and then you did it. I'm like, never mind.
I take the high road, and you'll take the low road.
You know, I have more wood than you do. And now I got all the wood I need.
I really see. I still need about 4 more.
Need a ton more bone chewer blood.
I don't have any.
Well, then you just suck. So, back we go down here for the...
Hold on a sec. All right, I got 1.
1. We're going for 1.
For 1 and 20. You know the guy that was Doberman? He lost like 200 pounds.
You kind of have to. He'd be dead by now if he didn't.
And now he's like this skinny guy who does jokes, and actually he's like some sort of representative for losing weight or something. It's pretty crazy when you see like a picture of him. I have to look really hard at his face, and it's just like, yeah, okay, I kind of see it. Okay.
Phoenix, did you ever watch the movie Sergeant Bilko?
I feel like the answer to that question is no.
Okay.
If I did, I don't remember it. Based off its name alone.
It was one of those military parodies starring Steve Martin. It's one of the funniest movies I've ever seen in my life.
I have not seen that one.
And Fear and I can almost quote that movie line for line.
Yeah.
Really?
Not as much as Liar Liar. We're still way better at Liar Liar, but it's pretty close.
Yeah.
Wow.
What's weird? What's very weird is that it was considered one of Steve Martin's worst movies.
Yep. Did not do well at all. And yet
it was beloved between the two of you.
Oh, so funny.
God, we watched that all the time.
Why do you think it was? Why do you think other people didn't like it?
No idea.
It was a pretty standard like military parody, you know. So it was like the dysfunctional sergeant and like trying to do things behind the inept CEO's back, and it had a lot of the stereotypical beats for that kind of movie. But Steve Martin is Steve Martin.
Yeah. Plus, to be honest, apparently it was, while the names were very similar to the show, it was nothing like the show. That's true.
Yeah, it was based on a TV show, so anybody who was a fan of the TV show.
Oh, so if they thought that it had something to do with the show, they would have been very disappointed.
Correct.
Right. But the show was from the 50s or 40s or something, so I'm not sure what people are, Well, which is actually one reason why in the beginning of the movie, he goes through and introduces you to people and making a very big deal out of each person. And most of them you really don't interact with again in the movie.
Mm.
And so I was always like, why do they keep... You still there, Phoenix?
I am. Can you not hear me?
Well, Yeah, but I lost Xavier.
I think I'm back.
Yeah, but most of the people, or you just don't talk to again. But the way he introduced him, you thought, well, these are going to be important. And it was always kind of weird to me until I found out that they, in fact, were characters in the show, and that's why they were important.
Oh.
Yep.
But then there was no other reason for them to be around, I guess?
Right.
How to look at it?
Well, I mean, they introduced one guy who was like, this is Zimmerman, for instance, who's like, they say he was born without a personality. And he goes, and he kind of had this really monotone way. He goes, hello. But they really never play that up again. He's So I was always wasn't sure why they even mentioned it. You know,
It seems weird.
Yeah. Well, I think
Maybe it was just a contractual requirement or something that these characters
who
be in
knows
there.
now? But Steve Martin does a great job. The guy, the Colonel, whatever his name
Dan
is
Aykroyd.
from Ghostbusters, Dan Aykroyd does amazing.
Dan Aykroyd.
Oh, Dan
Because
Aykroyd.
Dan Aykroyd. Yeah, Phil Hartman's in it.
Oh,
And he did a really good job because, well, you know, he's Phil Hartman,
yeah.
or was,
Phil
I should
Hartman,
say.
yeah. Oh,
Well,
Yeah.
sad
yeah.
face. Oh, I just
Yeah,
made myself
sad
sad.
face.
He was so funny.
He was, he really was. And okay, so I still need 8 more blood.
Yeah, I need a bunch too. So let's head down to the lower level. There doesn't seem to be as many people down there running around.
Okay.
Although actually,
I got my tracker whack
yeah,
on.
but hang on, those don't down there don't give us.
Yeah, those are Shattered Hand guys.
They don't give us the right thing. Damn it.
We have to get sneaky, Xavier. Okay, kids, whoever's watching this, don't do what we're about to do. Take it. Basically, if it doesn't matter if someone's about to go for it,
Oh yeah.
take the shot. Take the shot. Why? So we want credit.
Tag the enemy. Tag the enemy.
Yep.
Nothing.
Yeah, the drop rate's really kind of sucks
Yep.
us here.
It's hard to believe that this is officially the oldest content in the game.
Yep. Well, I mean, the oldest expansion.
It's the oldest expansion, but they redid all the classic stuff, so this is the oldest stuff
true,
because they
yeah.
didn't do this. This is the exact same
Yeah,
way
true.
it was back when the X-Pack launched a decade ago.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. Maybe not a decade ago. Oh hell, for all I know, it was. Not that I need to be more depressed.
I'm gonna buy you a quieter keyboard someday.
I wish you would.
Like, holy gosh.
Keyboard's fine.
Holy gosh.
He needs to.
No, it's not.
He needs to have one of those ones that's got that soft touch thing. So even if he bangs away at it, it's not going to make that noise.
Yeah, but those, then
like
those you
clunking.
can't tell when you've actually done anything because there's no click to tell you.
Well,
pushed the-
no,
Well, you see
I
it on the
agree.
screen when you've done something, don't you?
usually.
That's a good point. Well, how about this, Xavier? I'll buy you one just to record on, so we don't have to listen to you type.
Sure, whatever works for you. So, in answer to the question which nobody really asked, Burning Crusade and the expansion was released January 15th, 2007.
So
9.5 years ago.
Yeah.
Or 9 years ago, yeah. Long damn time ago.
Lasai.
Oh, let's not start talking about that. I have all
Right.
y'all beat. So.
Unfortunately, my memory of the launch was I spent the entire week at Gilgamesh's house because I took a week off from work and I did nothing but play this game. Literally.
Yeah, but oddly enough, you did that for the Legacy 2
I
expansions.
did, yes.
Yeah, he had a system. He enjoyed it.
I think Warlords was
Well, yeah.
the first expansion where I didn't. I don't even know if I did the midnight.
You didn't
release.
take. You did. Oh, yeah, that's a good point. When's the last time I did the midnight release for a while?
Well, I know for Mr. Pandaria, I did the pre-buy, and then I took the day off from work, not a week, but I took that day off from work, and I went to bed early and then set my alarm to wake up at like 1 in the morning because at 2 in the morning our time was when it went live, and then I had everything prepared, like snacks and coffee and everything else to start playing.
I'm trying to think of it because I stopped playing after Burning Crusade.
You played a
It was
bit in
basically I would play like off and on,
Yeah.
or like enough to get one character somewhere. I never put the amount of time I did into it with
Rom.
ever again after Burning Crusade. I mean,
Let's see. We could always try heading to the other side and see. Well, actually, the respawn.
no, that because over there is the I almost say Imperial,
Alliance side?
but the Alliance.
Yeah,
side.
but it only matters if you get close enough to the actual town. But
No. I mean, like, as in on those banks. Isn't it all just humans over there?
no, it's the same thing as these.
Is it? Oh,
But the
alright.
respawn rate for this is actually pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I only need 3 more. How about you?
I need 6.
Oh wow, you got a ways to go.
Yep. Yeah, my drop rate tanks. My drop rate's terrible. Alright, and back we go again. On the plus side, I'm already halfway through level 58. Ugh.
Yeah. We're actually killing these guys a lot faster. When I did my druid, I came through here. I came into this area at 58, and so I had to spend 2 levels basically farming pigs because I couldn't kill anything with any kind of regularity without like really taking a long time. We're just busting through stuff.
Well,
here.
there are 2 of us.
Yeah.
And we are pure damage classes.
Well, so is a druid.
No, druid's a hybrid.
Well, it can be a hybrid, but I was playing it as a...
No, it's a hybrid class, so for a while hybrid classes did less damage than true DPS classes.
Well, not anymore.
Not so much anymore.
I don't know. I did fine in cat mode.
No, you did fine. I'm just saying that you're not at the time that you were doing it. You would have done
Whole bunch of bad guys.
you would have done less overall damage
Oh,
than
come on.
true DPS.
Jiminy Crickets, get up there. Jeez Louise. Okay. Whoosh. Sorry, almost died. And I'm on my own, so it's pretty final when I die.
Final, well, yeah, but you like respawn somewhere, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you
Oh,
respawn at the checkpoint. You have like no, it's like essentially you have to start the whole section over.
Yeah.
So apparently, a little Eve news, and I say this lesson not in the case I'm going to start playing because I have no interest, but the guy at work told me. Apparently, Eve, the whole universe of Eve is in some sort of, like, act of war.
I heard something about that. Well, there was some big battle on Easter.
Right. Well, I guess there's even. I mean, it's getting worse, basically.
Oh, jeez.
I guess some like the two. It's like the biggest alliance or whatever. The guy who runs it kind of overdid it, and now people are kind of rebelling against him. And so they're like all the people who were in his alliance left to start their own, and then they're banding together to kick his butt, and they're basically destroying his capital ship docks and
Oh,
stuff.
jeez.
Wow, he really must have made them mad.
Well, I guess this is the sort of guy who's like, you know what, today I'm gonna get everybody together, we're gonna go to this place that is like a major marketing hub and just kill everybody we see in really cheap ships so that it doesn't matter to us, but we're gonna just kill everything. So and the name of his squad was the Goon
Oh, I know the Goon
Horde
Squad.
or something.
Yeah, they're a bunch of D-bags.
Right, and this is the guy that ran it.
Oh, so I have like zero sympathy for him.
Yeah. And so it's
So if
just
they
like,
were part
basically-
of that, then why did they? I mean, I don't get it. I'm still lost at why.
No, it's politics.
Wait, if who was a part of what?
Well, if they had to have known that he was, whatever, doesn't matter.
Well, they might have known the way he was, but they may have gone on with it because they were having fun, and then they realized, you know what,
Right.
I'm not having as much fun as I thought.
Well, I guess he said something he wanted to write a book or something about some war they fought in, on Eve, and everybody hated that idea, and so people just kept leaving, and so he made and those were the mistakes that he kept doing this stuff, and basically he was a dictator, and what happens to dictators is that they get rebelled on. So yeah, I'm just like, wow. The guy at work was explaining this whole thing to me, and I'm just like, wow, that's impressive.
When an entire universe rises up against you, that's a sign.
Yeah.
Now he's got more to put in his book.
Right. How I got my butt kicked by the people I thought were my friends.
Yep.
No, I guess this guy was running a alliance with like thousands of people in it.
Yeah.
So they're not his friends; they're just people he used.
Well, same diff. It started out with people he was friends with, I'm sure.
Well, in Eve, you have different.
Yeah.
You have cores, alliances, and coalitions. Cores are like people who are in your guild or whatever, and alliances are between guilds, and I guess alliances are in between corporations, and then the third one, whatever I mentioned, was like between alliances. So it's like less and less, and he was in charge of this big alliance thing. So,
and then it all went away.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh, look at that! None of the armor that I can use. Oh, there's. Hey, look! It's the clown pants.
Huh?
Okay, so let's go get.
Give me 1 second here. I got
a
a
fierce crossbow.
Yep. On top of, I just got this. I got a Legionnaire's studded helm because I'm studly.
That's a word for it.
Thank you.
It's the only word I would use, but it's a word for it.
Oh. Okay, so with me getting this crossbow, and it is about time for us to stop. So I will call it here as a handy place for us as well. So thank you both for showing up and talking with me.
Absolutely.
And thank you all for listening. And I'll bid you good night, and I will see you next time.